Hi guys, welcome back. Glad you've stuck around. We're back for some more aerofoil fun tonight. I think we've made some real progress now, thanks to a little bit of gameplay with Matt Bushido last night. Anyone who watches the epic full, it's 90 odd minutes, man, it's just wrong. Anyone that makes that through and watches it all the way through, wow, you must really love Robocraft. And if you do watch any of that, I hope you glean some useful information. At the time that I'm recording this, it's just one big massive video. When I do get a minute, I'll pop in some little links in there so you can jump around and just cut to the chase, see the gameplay battles, and if you want to then jump into the end where there's some stuff where we try and bodge up some kind of aircraft. And what I'd really like to do is give a massive shout out to these guys. These are my early subscribers. We've got here Chris Buchanan, thank you very much, one of my first subscribers, well, my first subscriber, I think. Soul of War, I think that is. Thank you very much for subscribing. Here we have Laz, well done mate. Awesome to see you on the list. Edward Lim, thank you very much. Can't do this without you. Stealth Armada, nice one, well played. And of course, where would we be without Billy Kiesling? However you pronounce it, I'm very grateful for you guys for subscribing so early on. I can't believe, the views I've had on this and how nice it's been to have some like decent comments and feedback, and really for this channel to keep going and to keep momentum. That's what I'm going to need. I'm going to need people in the community spirit of Robocraft kind of pitching in and helping to make these videos better. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump in with the planes. Let's get in here. Okay, so we had a little look around with this. Unfortunately, I've been a bit busy today, didn't get to practice with this as much as possible, but then that may be slightly down to the fact that I did end up tinkering and made this. Which is another little flyer. Let's take it into the practice ground and see what this is like. Please, practice ground. Hello? Are we in here? Yes, I am in the room, so press P. And nothing is happening. Q is working. So why isn't P? Okay, it's working now. Maybe I was just a bit too delicate on the keyboard. Okay, so again, this will have started out being built all in white, just because we've got a lot of those cubes, and it's easier then to balance it out later as I add in armour. I think this is... I can't remember whether this is tier 3 or 5. I've got now 2 tier 5 and 1 tier 3, so this might be the tier 3. Again, I'm only pressing W, and this handles like a dream, really. What guns have we got on here? We've got some plasmas. So, hot shot that guy. No, does it loop the loop? This one doesn't really. What happens is it stalls very quickly, and because it's got the short wing space, it's sort of faking a loop-the-loop. Actually what it's doing is it's climbing into the loop, then it stalls, but very quickly we can just turn back into it. And so I'm looking forward to getting this out on the battlefield tonight. I'm going to try and get into a platoon if possible with maybe some other flyers, so I'm not the only one. You know, it's horrible if you've just built a nice flyer and you're testing it out on the battlefield and you happen to be the only big thing in the air for everyone to shoot at. Although, as I've said, that is a legitimate tactic. You can use it to kite the enemy, so they're focusing all their attention on destroying you, and your beautiful creation while your enemy runs up to them and launches plasma all over their pretty faces. Okay, so that's this guy, and he's plummeting to his death. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Okay. And next we have, let's get in here. Yeah, so that's tier 5. That's, I think actually when I've stopped messing around, I've got some cubes. Now I know what to do. I need to strip out the rockets that are inside there. I might even do that in this video. Strip out the rockets that are inside there and make this a viable aircraft. I might do that tonight. I might do it in the video. So we've got that. This one, of course, is mounted with lovely plasma cannons. I know somebody commented in the video, or one of the first videos that I put up, that if I wanted to hit anything, I should use plasmas. Well, that's the easy option, isn't it? The easy option is to go with what works. How you develop skill and get good at anything is practicing the stuff that's hard to do. And the stuff that's hardest to do, I think... Oops, that's where Matt Bushido's craft got left when we suddenly realised we'd been recording for over an hour and a half and we had to eject. Let's see. So yeah, this fella, let's have a look. This fella's got little las cannons on him. He's a really stubby kind of guy. This is quite fun. Let's try get this guy in the practice ground. I've had a look at it. I can't seem to find any information on the AI in the practice ground, and there don't appear to be any settings to make it more difficult or increase the armor on the vehicles. So get on the forums, and you definitely want to get that in there because it's going to help you a lot. Okay, so again, this guy here, and let's be able to move the camera to pan it round underneath to get a nice little beauty shot while he's flying. I suppose I can do that. Whoa, this guy is a bit like a trick flyer, really. Again, whoa, we can loop the loop, and it can go in and pew everything on the battlefield. And he's got a quite nice small silhouette, and he's very manoeuvrable. So, but he is a bit heavy. The problem with this is because I've built a couple of planes, I have not got the rockets of choice. So I actually would like to have this balanced out a little bit more to make it an effective thing. I could, you know, if I was taking it in, I'd probably either buy some more rockets or strip one off something else, because that's all it needs. It just needs a bit more oomph, and then this would be a beauty because it should be able to zip through that loop a lot faster. But it'd be fun to get round with this and see if I manage to get any strafes on the go in game, which we'll have in a sec. And die. Okay. So that looks like what we've got: two plasma planes and a little las cannon plane. Okay. So that must mean this is extra bonus. The sniper. Now this is going to be tricky. Now, one of the things that people have said about flying the planes and the guns that you put on them is that, you know, your guns will be facing the wrong way. They won't be able to arc round. Well, you know, a lot of guns that were on planes in the early days were fixed. So basically you had to point your plane at what you wanted to shoot, and so it's more down to piloting skill than the turning capability and the degree of vision that your weapon has. So I quite like this. These are all pointing down so they can have at least a reasonable shot. Let's get in the practice ground actually. You know, that's what I'd quite like to see. Maybe higher tier wings that have a fixed weapon. Like maybe you could buy a plasma wing that has the plasma built into it, and it has 0 turning capability. It's just facing the way the wing is facing, but it's built into the actual wing, and that way you have to line up your plane right, and then you just fire. And so you don't have to worry about scoping up. You just dive at something or fly on an attack path and fire out, and then you could have a similar wing for the rail and the SMG, where they're purely fixed. They don't rotate at all. They're built into the wing. They're very small, but you know, you could have different ranges of caliber, like the different tiers of them. But I think that would be an excellent feature in the game. But unfortunately, I've been quite busy. I haven't had much time to... let's get this in the air. I haven't had much time to check out any other people's videos or look on the forums too much. I've been busy building, playing these, and then trying to get these videos out. So, you know, a lot of what I'm saying may well already be covered by other people doing a better job, but, you know, the more the merrier, hey. Okay, so with this one, actually, let's just land it. I just go down and then press space to level out. This is a look at this, how this flies. I'm not even touching the controls, and then a bit of space to just level. Oh, that's a beast. I love this thing. Love it. I mean, it will die instantly on the field. Okay, so when your weapons charge up, I think it's important for you to know which order they're going to fire in when you've got a limited capability of firing. So, fire 1 is left, then middle, then right. And is this the same every time, or does it change? Now, the idea with this thing will be to snipe, fire the 3 shots, and then fly away to safety. You don't want to be flying around carrying just 1 shot, because then if you do get stuck and want to fire at something up close, you're not even going to have a chance because you won't get to reload. So this should be left. Yes, this should be middle. No, was that right? No, that was... yes. So it goes left, middle, right. So that's important to remember. So I can start off shooting more there if I wanted to, if I had to. I mean, I'd have to have really good aim. But then, so I'm going to be sweeping this way as I get my shots off, will be the handy kind of habit to get into. Right, and so with this fella, obviously he's a sniper. And the brilliant thing with this is that because I can fly this and take my hands off the keyboard, so I can just level him out. Alright, I'm not touching my mouse, I'm not touching my keyboard now, I'm going to stall, so I just hit W and space, and we're off again. And that gives me time to scope and look around if I need to, and I haven't died. You know, I'm going to go forwards now, and I'm going to take my left hand off the keys, so I've got no flight controls, I'm just going into cruise, okay, and that gives me a good chance to scope on my target, fire those shots, and I'm only just starting to do, like, you know, stall, which is just brilliant, because one of the main problems I had early on was fighting against the controls to steer the vehicle and to keep it from smashing into the ground, let alone trying to hit anything with it. I mean, imagine with just a couple of heavy caliber plasmas on this, you know, you've got all the time in the world then to place your shots, get into the right position. It would be fantastic. Now with this craft, what I won't be wanting to do, so I just dive a bit, something else I've got to get used to now. Whoa, we just made it. Lovely, is using the shift to dive, because I can no longer rely on gravity unless I'm stalling to take me down. and before I didn't have that problem. The vehicles were unbalanced, they were too heavy, the jets didn't sustain sufficient thrust, so gravity, I just had to take my finger off W, or sometimes even just take my finger off space, and they would start plummeting to the ground. Now I actually have to use shift. Can we reverse barrel? Oh no, I don't want to press space when I'm reverse barrel rolling. If I'm high enough up, let's get a bit of height. Okay. And with this guy, I'm going to... Can I reverse loop the loop with this guy? Will he make it? I would have to bank out thrust up. Maybe. I'll work on that. The more manoeuvres you can get with these guys, the more you can dodge stuff, the more you can turn fast on an opponent and use it to dogfight, to suddenly wheel and turn on your ground opponents. I'm very much looking forward to how this will change the gameplay, especially when the clans come out. At the moment it's a bit difficult. When the clans come out, I imagine what you're going to see is more organised teams, dedicated people who play together, and will have, you know, all this is missing is the healer, but you know, you'd have your tank, your sniper, little cloak and dagger, your guy who just runs at them with the SMGs. So I think there will be more place. A lot of people are saying there's no place for these kind of flyers because they just get shot down. I think that's because everybody's learning how to use them, learning how to make them an effective force to be reckoned with. Now, can we get a shot on this guy? No, I missed. Let's see again. Oh, he's dead. Okay, and out. Now, realistically, I wouldn't try to be that close, or at least I wouldn't be doing it on purpose. Now, I've got to wait till this charges back up. So, something else we can do is if I can climb up here, and then just, oops, avoid this if I can. No, another big thing to fall into. What I've got to learn to do is to drop this on the spot onto the tops of these, because if I can get the height right and judge the distance to drop off the power. Do we land it? Oh, he overshot it. That was so close. That's what I need to learn to do, is to just land on a dime with this fella, because then I can just place him up here, and I'd probably have the addition of maybe some other jets, or you know, maybe even at that point you could have the advantage of adding some kind of hover to it. If I had hover capabilities, the hover would kick in on that platform, they'd be working again, and then I could just use those a little bit to nudge it in. What would I have to do here? I just ease back. Oh, and he missed. Never mind, we're charged up, and what we want to be doing is shooting at something that's quite far away, so we need to turn up, and you need to aim your plane at it. Oh, it's gone away. This is going to be a lot more hectic to do in the battlefield, but again, that's what you've got to practice in, because that's the real world scenario. These guys aren't strafing me, they're not all ganging up on me because I'm the obvious target flying around. This is just nice for a little bit of target practice, and getting used to the flight controls of the, like each individual aircraft. No matter how well balanced, they're all going to have different flight characteristics, and so if you're switching between them, you are going to have to learn how to use. See, that rock, he didn't want to be my friend. You know, I'm not being weird there. I've got no kind of strange thing against minority rocks or anything. I just didn't particularly want to crash into them. Crashing into less things now that this plane can fly around. Let's see. Oh, here we go. And can we land on it? Can we please land on it? Oh! I really need some kind of hardcore brakes. What I could do as well is just put a couple of thrusters facing in the other way, and then that maybe would help me brake a bit faster. Let's see if I can shoot this guy. Just turn my plane a bit. Oh, no, he's too close. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is escape from this and see if we can get anyone into the battle, or I might just go into a battle myself. Right, we're not going to take you in first because that's just going to be silly. Who should we go with first? Let's have you. Okay. And let's just take you straight in, and hopefully we'll get a nice little bit of gameplay. Really, I'm looking forward to the clan. I think that'll be a great addition. I would like them to sort out, there's a little bit of bugs, there's a couple of things. On the chat, I would really like them to have a scroll bar. I realise what they're doing there is, what you might think is that chat is stored, but probably, I mean, it might be stored somewhere. They might have a complete log of all the chat that's ever said, just so they can scroll back through it and see if anyone's being, you know, racist or abusive or, you know, trolling or whatever, and just to pull them up on stuff. But the actual thing that displays what that will be is a small array that gets fed lines of text, and then it will pop out the lines as they disappear off that. What I would like is I mean, what does it store? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's probably got about 7 lines on there. Make it 50 lines that it stores in the array, yeah, and then add a scroll bar, because the amount of time somebody says something to me and then it's gone, and that might have been really useful, and then you have these cross conversations because, you know, it's very disjointed. And also I'd like to see fix the thing where oh, we've got loads of flyers. Look at this. This is awesome. And he crashes straight away, looking at someone else. Right, okay, don't do that. That is just dumb. Again, rookie mistake. Do not try and do looping the loop from takeoff unless you're really high powered and you have a really small craft. Wow, so I got two tech tokens and 33 RP for being a complete spaz. Thank you very much. Alright. That was shocking. Let's get back in. Okay, what I was saying is I've had this thing where you join a platoon and then you leave the platoon, and then suddenly you start getting your platoon is waiting for you, beeping and beeping and beeping away, and you have to basically quit the game and then come back in just to get rid of that. Please fix that. It's very irritating. And, you know, if I'm making a video or something, I'd like to be jumping in and out of platoons without then having this little annoying beep thing kind of distracting me and letting me know what's going on. So the dev team are brilliant. They'll be on that. This will get fixed. But just get it mentioned. And any little things in this, I think they're amazing. Group of guys that are working on this, and I do feel a bit sorry. I've seen, I'm not sure what his full name is, but I've seen the dev Mark in the chat, and sometimes I feel a little bit sorry for him, just the sheer amount of questions he gets barraged with. Okay, now I'm going to try and I didn't have time to look then, I was chatting and figuring out what I was going to do. We don't want to fly. I forget this one's got a much larger wingspan than the others. What I don't want to do is get taken out straight away. What weapons have we got? We've got plasma, so I can just... Oh, again, look where you're going. Look where you're going. A lot of this is because I'm talking to you guys, so I may just have to shut up and fight to have an actual battle with this, because this is the first time I'm taking these into the battleground. you know. Well, I've got a bit more then. Yeah, the sheer barrage. Oh, here we go. Autobots. I believe this is Chris Buchanan. One of the, well, my very first YouTube subscriber. Let's just see what tier I'm in. I'm in tier 5. Okay. Oops. Oh, I can't see because I have to record this with the game in full screen, which brings up this little bar at the bottom. I can't see what I am typing. Let's just see on here. Yes, I can't wait for the clan. Let's have a look at Platoon. There's just us two. So, okay. Oh, he's a big fan. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's awesome. That's so nice. Hell yeah, I'm ready for battle. Saying that, the first couple of battles I've just had, I've ploughed this straight into the ground, so it's more a case of, is the battle ready for me? You know? Yeah, let's go. Yes, let's go. The platoon is waiting for me. What do I do? I press B, don't I? I press B. And then we should, I think, do we go in together? Is that what's happening? I'm entering the queue. Okay. Okay. So, let's go. Let's find out what's happening. Oh, please don't just destroy. Oh, right, so that's what those little shields are. That's showing the different platoons that are on the go. Okay. Okay, let's have this. Right, what I'm going to do is to try and calm down, not worry about you guys too much. I'm going to let people clear the field so I haven't got the cubes kind of going into me. We've got a couple of flyers now then. Can I see Autobot on the field? Where is he? Can't see. Oh, he's over there. Right, he's over there somewhere. Okay, so let's take off. And let's try and get round to... There's Autobots. Come out of it, turn the camera around the right way. That's the tricky one, that's the one I really need to nail. I want to zoom out so I can see my wingspan. And I'm going to try and get up over here. There's a guy up there. Oh, looping the loop. Reload. Come on. Oh, I'm having trouble. Right, I'm going to shut up for a second. Just try and fly this thing. Have I had something shot off? Or am I just losing control because I'm panicking? No idea here what is occurring. Autobot is still flying around. Haven't had a chance to get up close with him. What is happening? Why is this happening? Oh, I've been destroyed. Let's just see if I can shoot anything. Panic and destruction, like real war. There you go. One little plasma left, and I'm dead. Oh, that's harsh, but this does give me a chance to see what's on the battlefield now. I don't have to worry. The pressure is off. I'm out the game. So I was killed by that dude. There's Sang Hun. That's a lovely little car. That must be quite a high tier thing. Of course, the plane I've got isn't powered or armoured up. It's just kind of into tier 5 because of what I've stuck on it. There's Stumpless. Lovely. That's nice. Although, is he actually in the game? Yeah, he's moving his guns around. He's just covering the base. Can I get onto Autobots? So there's a flashing shot. Some runners. Oh, Autobots died. Let's escape and exit the battle then. Too much fun. Too much fun. I got a lot more points for that. Yeah, if I just type that in, oops, wrong. Oh, wrong chat. Here we go. It's not hard trying to chat about with my gaming. Let's just keep going. Oh, lovely bro. I'm just going to press B anyway, I think. Is that the thing to do? So I just do that and then I'm waiting for my platoon. That's so nice to have Autobots with me. Yeah, that's one of the problems. Initially, the plane I'm flying now will have been made out of all white, then it will have been balanced out for the weapons, then I will have stuck the armour that I had onto it. So for this tier, see, I've actually got quite a lot of room left on it, although maybe I'd want to strip down some weight, but in key places I may be needing better arm, better guns. It may be the case to get the really truly effective fighters. You're just going to have to get up to tier 10 and then you don't have to worry about well, you're going to have to worry about everything in tier 10, aren't you? That's just going to be a nightmare. But you can build your big massive whatever, and by then your level will be up, so you'll have much more room to maneuver when you're adding blocks. You're not going to have to worry about trimming down and cutting costs on things. Here we go. God knows what it's going to be like to try and get the sniper on the go in the battlefield. I can see that being a nightmare, although it does fly nice. So let's see if we can take off. What's happened here? Do you know what's happened here? Right? See there, I'm flying without an engine. I'm flying without an engine because I've put it on one of my other planes. I am such an idiot. Such an idiot. Okay. Let's exit that battle. This is what happens when you try and be thrifty with your tech points. and you go robbing parts off the other vehicles. That is just, how did I not notice that? Okay. Okay, I'm just going to see if I can figure out, I'm just going to try and figure out if I can fix it. Okay, right, so I think it's going to be the big one. I think it's going to at least be the biggest I can get, which is this fella, and I haven't got, I've been spending so much time building and not playing and fighting. My RP's dropped right down, so I'm just going to have to dip into my game currency for this. I think this is what is missing. I'm just going to buy this. Okay, let's try and be less of a div. And where's this from? Actually, these might have been. Do you know what? I really should just go onto YouTube and look. Were they on the wing? Where the hell were they? Oh, this is something I was chatting about today in game. This needs schematics or blueprints. In Minecraft, I can build something. If it's nice, you know, I can then save it out as a schematic and load it up again. And it's not a problem. It means I can spend my cubes on something else, build something. Something else I threw out in the forum that probably has had zero feedback, because I think everybody here is mostly interested in the warfare and the gameplay. But I was thinking about making an intro for my video channels, and what I'd really like to see is a bay that's a green screen, yeah, and turns off all of the these little guides, so that I could do some beauty shots, panning around it, and then I can superimpose that with some editing software onto a background that I filmed while flying around, and you know, maybe even a green screen level editor, so you could plop in bits of terrain or some of your vehicles. I mean, wouldn't it be nice to build a big robot, little robot army, and then do a flyby of those really things? Trying to coordinate that at the moment in the game would be pretty difficult. Although I am looking forward to the larger tiers, so I can start making some crazy little... Have you seen that, guys? I'm just chatting crap now. I'm not fixing this at all. I'm just trying to dodge it. I can't think what to do. Let's see if just sticking an engine on somewhere. Where the hell? I was thinking it was missing from... Got those two there. This looks like there's got to be... Is that just there because of the range of those weapons? Did I have anything on the wings? I couldn't have had anything on the wings there, because that would interfere with those guns. It must have been... Was it something here, or have I just lost the ability to fly this? Let's just put it in practice and see how I fly this again. This is the trouble. You make a couple of different planes with different characteristics, and it maybe it is just that it has different characteristics. I need that large run up. I'm used to having the run up and then the drop. right? I'm not used to, because this banks so fast. I only need to touch this a little bit. I think that's what it is. I'm used to the other ones that faster. There we go. Well, I guess the reason I was just crashing that was maybe because I'm making this video, maybe I was just panicking a bit, or maybe, you know, I'm just trying to multitask too much, doing the video chatting to you guys and that. So let's just take it back in and see if we can do something. Okay, so I've just bought an engine for nothing. Well, no, I'll stick that on something, and now I've got the hang of this, I'm just going to be wanting all the engines I can get. So I'll just let him know, Autobots, if he's still on, that I'm back in. Okay. Well, thank you for your patience, Autobots. I'm sorry that I haven't been in the last couple of battles, and I do apologise for being an utter useless part of the team in this. Oh, this is harsh. Although, you know, it's better than at least with these. You know, you've crafted something that is really quite nice, and you get shot down or blow up. You know, I'm struggling here to learn a new mechanic. Oh, nice. This is almost like a runway for me, so I'm just going to get straight out. I'm going to take off. This is it. I know what I'm doing now. Nearly hit that guy. Can we charge in time? Yes! Evil demigod. One-shotted. This is what I need. I need heavy caliber weapons. See, I've got better armor than him, but my guns are nothing in comparison. I'm not even sure I've unlocked anything like that on my tech tree yet. Oh, check him out. Sang-hung, the joy of lovely tyres on that icy surface. You must just be loving that. Okay. Exit the battle. Harsh times indeed. But so much fun. There's just so much fun in this game. It's totally addictive. Only been playing it for a couple of days now. Thoroughly recommend it to anyone. It's totally free. You don't have to pay anything for it, you know, if you're on the budget, and you don't have to, but I'm pretty sure you'd agree that if you spent any time at all playing it, you wouldn't begrudge throwing them a bit of money their way so they can continue developing this game. It's just fantastic. Just fantastic. You know, that's awesome. I like that. I did actually felt like I was in it. If that guy had not been armed to the teeth, and he maybe had been skimping on his armour because he'd only just got into the tier, I might have at least been able to knock some armour or weapon off with that shot. But clearly, as a big plane, what you don't want to do is slowly taxi up to a tank. That's not too clever, so, you know, that was expected, but I don't care. This is just fun. This is amazing. Okay, let's go. We're back in. Now, I do have to keep an eye on the time. I have no idea when I started recording. So I'm just going to go for a couple of these, and then I think what I'll do is I'll do this plane, stop the recording, and then switch out to another plane. Okay. So, there we go. And let's just take off now. There we go. We've got this guy. It really does feel like it's got underpowered engines on it. Are these the biggest engines I've got? Because if they're not, I may well want to Now, can I take it under here? Is this going to be too tricky? Is my wingspan going to scupper me? Have I just been very foolish? I believe I might have. But this is the addition of wheels. Let's see if I can get that guy. Oh, he's raining fire. Let's reverse out if it's all possible. Can I reverse out? No. I can climb a little bit. Of course I can still fly, I just can't turn very well. Okay. And now my guns are all facing the wrong way. Save me! Save me, Evangelon X. Please, just save me now. Because then if anyone sneaks around here, like a small ant, oh, like this guy in fact, hit him. Come on, charge up. If only I'd seen him sooner. If only he wants to save the whales, he's killing you for a good cause. Brilliant. Save the whales, well played. Okay. Right, well I've really probably lost track of time on this video, so I'm going to have one more and then that's definitely it. I'm gonna take it off and I'll have to wait a couple of minutes while it processes the video and then I'll be back on with another aircraft. Okay, so oh heck. Oh dear. Build it stronger. Yeah, these, I mean, look at these. These weapons just aren't cutting it, are they? That's probably the only decent one on there. So probably what I should be doing is stripping all of these off and just having a couple of this or higher caliber plasma. Is this the largest engine that I've got? Is this the one that I've got in my hand? Where does it go? It goes there. And the quick way to find that out is just one. No, I've used one. So if I take you off, and put you there. One. Yes, so yeah. Can I stick another one on it somewhere? I might have. Did I have other engines there? Did I? Is that what's missing from this? Is it that there's 2 engines missing from it? And I was right, it is more powered. And it can just, it was handling it in a glidery fashion. Let's find out. Like I say, I'm not going to regret buying another one, although I would prefer to be earning some points so I'm not having to use up my game currency. Yeah, I've not got enough to buy that with the robot points. Okay. So, let's see, was I missing engines after all? You guys should know this. If you watch the other videos, you could have told me what my plane was like. Hit me in the chat from the future. You're watching this in the future, surely you have time machines. Okay, I'm feeling like, no, this is pushing me down. This is pushing me down now because they're on top. I've just bought 2 of the wrong ones. It's the lighter ones that I need on here. I mean, this is nice. It's a lot more like it, but is it pushing me down slightly? Yep, the height of those is pushing me down. So we can fix that. I think. How much space have we got on this? We should have enough. Do we have the cubes? Orange. That's a bit crappy, but it might do. I think maybe if we bring them onto the same, a bit of a similar level. My platoon is waiting. I'm sorry, Autobots. I'm so sorry. This should have gone a lot smoother. I should have had more practice today. But you know, it was a Sunday. I was up jolly late last night. And I have been panicking trying to get these things. You know, I was so made up I got them flying. But it's a whole different ballgame taking them into the battleground. I'm not sure if he's chatting to me there, wondering what the hell's going on. But, you know, that's the joy. You will know. Autobots, you're probably watching this right now. So, you understand what was happening in hindsight. Here we go. Have we fixed it? Still wanting to go down a little bit. Oh, but I can live with that. Yeah, that's a lot. The wingspan on this. You see, if I had a few higher plasmas, wouldn't be. Whoa! There's that rock. Higher. If I had a few higher plasmas, I could limit the amount that are on it to be more effective. I could shorten the wingspan, because the only reason the wingspan is that long is to accommodate these guns. Although actually I can I bring it in? What's this? What is occurring here? Okay, so there's one cube between those two, and there's 2 cubes between these two. This is what happens when you stay up very late at night trying to figure out how the hell to build aeroplanes in Robocraft. Right, so look at our plasmas. I've really not got very many plasmas. Okay, so I've got the L5 and the L4 really. So we'll be able to tell which one this is when I remove it. That is the L4, unfortunately. Yeah, I think that's the L5. I've only got one. Right. Now on this side, it's... where are we? It's down and across one from this guy. Okay, so you should be here. Okay. Oh god, I'm after going to rebuild this pain in the arse. That's horrible. What would be nice as well would be able to like select a bounding box of blocks and then just shunt it across. Oh, and also a definite thing that we're going to need in this game, especially if we're expanding it, and you want to keep an original design and just build on it, is the ability to shift it up. Because you might build something that's like a small flatbed tank, and by the time you've got it up to a nice tier, what you might have is essentially a giant robot head, you know? And then you might want to just like raise that up, re-armor the thing, re-weapon it, and then that can be the headpiece on an even bigger flatbed. And then you've just got a mega giant tank. And then in your clan with your platoon, maybe you have robot linkage parts, so that like you can have one person is controlling a turret on the shoulder, another person is driving the legs, somebody else is flailing the right arm while the other guy's got a big shield on the left arm covering everything. You've got a little radar guy at the top. You've got voice chat in the game for your platoon, so that, you know, your guy on radar can be shouting out instructions and spotting things, you know, and a little sniper hanging between the legs. It would just be fantastic. It just really would be fantastic. I hope we get a lot out of this game. I'm gonna stop this video because I've got to shunt this wing over. I may come back in with, I might just bite the bullet and buy some of those. I'm not sure on the tech tree if I can get any higher yet. Where are they? This side, aren't they? Any higher over here? The L7. Now if I just have a couple of L7s, is that then going to take me into tier 6? I don't know. Okay, well, do you know what, actually? It wasn't flying too bad with the thing, so I'll just stick this gun. I've stuck the gun back on, we've got the jets. Let's have a battle, he's waiting for a battle. Let's have a battle or two before we go. I mean, I'm only a block or two out. This is what happens when you have one set of guys doing the instructions in metric. The other guys who've built the engine parts are working in Imperial. You try and put the thing together, it's a nightmare. Oh dear. Okay. And we're off ski, and this is a lot more like it. Look at this. 10 out of the roll. Don't go into the roll. Ride along that for a bit. Come back out. I've just got to keep moving. Just got to keep moving. I've got to stop worrying about targets so much and fly more. You know, I know this plane can take losing a wing. So I can just, let's get out, let's barrel roll up, because he's going to be aiming for me. And can we come back down on him and destroy him? No, no. There was a land on the bridge. Oh no. Oh, Lord, what's his name? Lord Irel. You've made the list. You've made the list. When I have my giant black cube of death, you've made the list. I'm going to open up Notepad in a minute and start another list of people that will be smited by an almighty behemoth robot in the future. Okay, well, at least it handled flying a bit better with the addition of those thrusters. I must have just hijacked some parts when I was building those other planes and then not realised. You know, if you watched the other video that I did with this plane in it, check out how long it took me to notice that landing gear was missing. You know, that's not a bad plane if you can get away with that. And you know, I'm sure you guys watching the videos will spot things a lot faster than I am in the gameplay, because as well, if you remember that game where I'd actually timed out and all the enemy were frozen on the screen and nobody was properly connected, you know, while I'm playing this, I'm in the game, I'm focused on that, I'm flying around, I'm trying to take in so many things. So it was weird when I was flying around. Yeah, I could see that guy was hovering there, but he might have been a hover thing. And then I'm moving around, so it gives the illusion that other stuff is moving by. It's really hard to take everything in. So yeah, when you're screaming, oh, you should see this, you should see that. Well, you know, do it. Get the game. Get yourself some recording software. Figure out how the hell to build the craft that you want to build. Yeah. And then video it and show me how you do it, because you know, I think the only way I get this is practice. Let's see. Actually, well, these struts are a nightmare. Have these struts always been here? I've never really noticed them while I was on the ground. Oh, am I nearly at the CP? This would be weird. Have I timed out? Is everyone else dead? Is everyone else in the game dead? Oh, actually, hit him. Oh, I've lost. No, I've still got my decent weapon. Come back round. Oh, I really didn't want to come back round on the control point because there's so many people obviously homing towards me. I should have just done an entire lap of the map and maybe let them run into some cover, but see how much fire I drew then. And everybody's happy that they're blowing the crap out of me. Well, there you go. This is the trouble with this game, this is tempting me to play another round just to see. They've all come to save me. Oh, no kill points on that guy, but I've still got a gun in the game. Check out the one-winged flyer. Victory for my team. Go. Awesome. Yeah, I'm having another one of them. Okay, please don't let this be another 90-minute video that took so long to process and handle. Oh, right. Definitely last one. Definitely. Oh, a slight crick in my neck then. I think I may have overexcited myself and pulled a muscle. Still, I've racked up a fair few points now, so I should be able to start affording to buy some things. You may be wondering why I haven't just chewed through these game currency. Well, I'm not actually made of money. While I do want to support the game, I also want to be clever with how I'm spending it. Like, I paid for my subscription to premium so that I could have the wings on day one. Of course, I hadn't realised you could just get the 5 with the promo code. At that time, I found that out after the fact, but it didn't matter because I wanted to buy higher tech wings that weren't available. Now, when they release the electroplate armor, well, I'm going to want to have some game currency then because, as you can see, I've only got 14 hours of premium left, and so after that, I'm back in the world of grinding for RP to build stuff with and to unlock tech points, and I'm going to have to fight my way through the tiers because I'm not going to be able to use game currency to convert tech points into Uber points, which will be difficult because I've got used to doing that a little bit now. Sure, the longer I have this game, the more additions I do, the more the dev team keeps up the cracking work. Yeah, I will be throwing money at it, but it is a free to play. You don't want to get sucked into just throwing money at it. Otherwise, one day that's going to catch up with you, and then you'll be like, "Oh, what the hell?" and end up having harsh feelings with these. At the minute, I don't. I think this is. I think they've handled the monetization of this game really nicely. You don't have to rely on it. I always knew I'd throw some money back at the developers, but it was my decision to go for having some wings early on so I could get these videos out. So at least knock some armor off him. Oh, check me out! Level 18. There you go, loop the loop for that. And can we do anything? No, we can die. Level 18! There you go, that's been a great video. Thank you Kex1907 for destroying my ass. Thanks for Autobots for sticking with me, for being my first subscriber. Yeah, fantastic. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I'll be back on a bit later to take those other planes out and to get my ass kicked some more. Alright, see you next time. Bye bye.